Alright, so here we are. We're going to do a walkthrough of the boat and everything we've done. And we're starting in the stern. So take it away, Mike.
Okay, starting at the rear of the boat, coming through under the aft berth mattress is first of all, the rudder post. When we began work on the boat, the rudder post was seized to the packing gland compression fitting and was moving in the fiberglass rudder post tube. We removed all that, cleaned it. It was due to corrosion and salt from boat sitting. No damage to any of the components. Simply cleaned it up, re-greased it, remounted the 4-bolt bracket on the fiberglass stern rudder post tube, which comes through the hull, to new holes. Rotated it about 50 degrees, I believe, and re-drilled new holes. Repacked, re-greased the rudder post, refinished it. We replaced all the steering cables and conduit. This is an Edson pull system. We replaced all the conduits and all the cable from the helm to the quadrant back to the rudder. All brand new equipment. The autopilot, the existing tiller arm, was mounted on the boat as is and had I believe it was an old Raymarine autopilot, and we have replaced that with a hydraulic Type A Garmin autopilot drive motor. Mounted in the aft compartment is the course computer and the unit to control that autopilot, with all the wiring mounted on terminal strips, which can be troubleshooting for the main power coming back, and all the connections to the autopilot are right here accessible next to the course computer. In this compartment also is the emergency tiller handle, which is tied and strapped against the port side of this compartment. Coming through this compartment is brand new generator exhaust hose, completely going from the unit all the way out the back of the boat to a new through hull. That was all new installation.
What size?
2-inch on the generator exhaust. The engine exhaust is brand new also. It was increased from 2.5 to 3-inch for the new Yanmar, and it is new all the way from the engine to the new through hull, mounted back in the sugar scoop area of the boat, accessible through the steps in the back. That is all brand new tube all the way up to the existing transom of the old transom of the boat before the sugar scoop was added, but everything beyond that is in good and workable condition. We have the 2-inch foil strip coming from the single sideband unit, which is running back to the tuner in the lazarette, aft lazarette. Now at this point in time, we've done nothing with those systems, but it's, I understand, planned in the future to be put online, whatever necessary. It has not even been troubleshot yet on that particular system. All the wiring, the main feed wire for the autopilot is number 8 wire, which was existing and in good shape, and we've tied into the main power feed from the panel with its own switch for the autopilot. There is new hose, pickup hose for the water tank, which is mounted under this berth. All new hoses everywhere, basically. The fill hose is not new, but it is new sanitation hose in good condition. And that pretty well wraps up everything in there. We added a 110 receptacle in the aft berth over on the port side, which is connected to a pure sine wave small inverter mounted in the bookshelf area of the nav station. That is a standalone circuit for one pure sine wave outlet on the boat. Not to be confused with the existing hard interface inverter. This is an additional inverter, brand new installation. As we turn and look into the hanging locker in the aft compartment, on the port side of the boat down low is the existing fiberglass waterlock muffler. This muffler has been in the boat since manufacture and is in sound condition, best we can tell looking at it. Now we have new hose coming in from the engine to a vented loop. This is 3-inch hose, which was original installation design on the boat. The original vented loop was stainless and was suffering from corrosion. We have installed a fiberglass, reinforced it, tapped it, and added a vented loop. Similar construction as to what was in there of stainless up above for the vented loop for the exhaust only, not to be confused with vented loop for the raw water supply at the engine coming to the mixing elbow. This is in the exhaust prior to the muffler, but after the engine. We have a similar condition on the starboard side for the generator. This is all new installation, which we followed the same engineering, did the same thing, mounted the vented loop for the exhaust over here at the same side, same process as I just described on the 3-inch exhaust. Down, looking in the bottom, we have a new through hull, which feeds up to a T or a Y fitting with a vented loop on it, which services bilge pump, discharge, etc. I'd have to follow the hoses back.
Disconnect that electrical the way you like. Feel free.
Here's
cutters here, you save some money, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, that way, because you're going to be wiring it back up, you can just set up the way you guys want it, you know.
Okay.
We have a new through hull mounted in this compartment, which is buried under the floor, need to be aware of it. That is for the drains I just mentioned. The refrigeration is keeled cooled. In this compartment is the refrigeration lines where they go through the hull to the keel coolers, one for refrigeration compartment, one for the freezer compartment, separate redundant units. They're located in here with the red insulation or covering on one side of the line and just small copper tube on the other, with an expansion valve mounted on the forward bulkhead of this compartment. All this will be under floors and not visible, but just need to be made aware of it. Mounted in the upper port side is the GHP unit, I think Garmin calls it, which is for the autopilot. It's mounted with a connection to the backbone, and the network connection is all located in this compartment up high under the top shelf, which will be behind closed ceilings in here, but accessible if necessary. There are new hoses are on the check valves and the cockpit drains. All the hoses appear to be in good shape and sound. Pretty well wraps it up in this compartment.
Do we want to address what's in
Yeah, let's go there and see what we got down here. Okay, in the floor access in front of the aft berth, we have a seacock which feeds the the raw water supply for the aft head. We also, you can see the through hull connections where the through hull fitting for the refrigeration and freezer, which I just previously mentioned, are located in this compartment and can be seen where they exit the hull. Refrigeration is on the starboard side of the boat. Freezer is on the port side of the boat in this compartment, readily visible. New hoses, the existing 4-inch blower hose has not been replaced but appears to be sound and in good shape. There are in this compartment on the steering cables 2 grease cups for the pull Edson system. One's here and one is over here with the white fittings. Those periodically need to be opened, grease added, and the grease lid cup screwed back down to keep the sheath around the cable lubricated so it prevents any wear in that system. That's pretty much what's here. I've noticed there is an open ground wire that needs to be attached to through hole. There's a pair of them that need to be landed, green bonding cables that need to be landed. Besides that, this compartment appears to be watertight, new through holes, and in good condition. I believe that's it for in here.